I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing all the time. Here we go. Well, I think I got that right. I'm just pressing buttons using StreamYard. I'm sure someone will come along shortly and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Hello. How are you, Doit? From Senegal. That's a long way to my west. I'm in Australia, so Senegal is way west of here. Hope all going well for you there. I'm just trying out my StreamYards. Took me forever to get it going again. I'm old. Senegal. Never been to Africa. Don't know if I'll be able to get there. Everything's closed down. Actually, our country's open. You can hear the sport playing behind me in the park. Back to normally. But it's about the second time I've used. I'm going to try something, Amelia. I'm going to try and highlight what you just said. You see if it works. It'll take a couple of seconds to come up. There we go. I'm learning. Slowly. Amelie is how I would say your name. Amelie Doit. Some of the regulars are finding me. Oh, there's one of them. Hello, VMAC. See if I can play with your comment. Ooh. Took me half an hour to get this going, VMAC. Tell no one. Haven't had chocolate. Using StreamYards. So now I can drop you a link and you can tell me your life story. I'm just kidding, VMAC. We got our new lounge today. Very nice. That's why these old lounges are out here. My son's going to pick them up in the near future. No chocolate? No. Well, I have got chocolate actually in the fridge, but I shouldn't eat it in front of you. It would be so wrong. It would be mean. I had a bit of a binge on chocolate myself this week. I think I'll stop. I don't know, all those chocolates you see, do you get the same ones there? I know each country, because we've been to countries, have different chocolates, but similar. So I'm on my laptop. Got to switch between StreamYards to see what the background stuff's doing. And I go to YouTube. The wife will be out shortly. She's doing something. Maybe that's a bit high. Let's try that. Yeah, ours is not as sweet as the UK. I've never been to the US, so but the UK chocolates are real sweet. But ours are, I'm sure there's plenty of sugar in chocolates here, don't get us wrong. But I know, like, in Germany, they're very sweet in Germany. They're like sweet tooths. Had a nice salad tonight. Did have some Angus beef sausages, tiny little ones, so just little beef cows, tiny beef cows about that big. But they were yum. Lettuce from our garden, it's going berserk. Going to 32 degrees beautifully. That's a nice temperature. At 32, I consider taking my jumper off. Here it is 13, going down to 7 tomorrow morning. That's going to be cold. I got a lot of the work done the last couple of days, so maybe I can stay in bed till 7 tomorrow morning. I think a perfect temperature for us would be 30 degrees every day. That's pretty good. Like 30 during the day and say 20 at night, that'd be good. Got all the shed sealed and bought some gear today, or yesterday. Bought a couple of cupboards, sliding cabinets, and filing cabinets. They're brilliant in the shed, you know, the metal filing cabinets. So you just pull out each one. They're quite big shelves, probably, I don't know, 1.5 foot by a foot, quite deep, about a foot. No files in there, of course, but it's great because you can put like all sandpaper and some tools and painting equipment. Yeah, 25 is okay. I like it a bit warmer. Look, I mean, I can tell you our temperature, 22nd of June is the winter equinox for us, summer equinox for you. And it's going to be 23 degrees. That's the middle of winter. That's okay. 23 is not too bad. And when we get rain, it warms up. So it'll be raining that day. So it'll probably be about 12, 14 degree minimum, 23 degree maximum. That's good. But yeah, you know, if you had to take those choices, 25 wouldn't be the worst temperature, that's for sure. You've got to admit that 25 is okay. Depends if the breeze is blowing, whether you need a jumper or not. I know you're going to say you don't, but 25 with a breeze is quite cool for us. So I'm just thinking, I mean, obviously a lot of the sporting events are on hold everywhere. Mind you, ours are just about back to normal here. Middle of winter here is 0. I don't mind the cold, but you've got to be realistic. I mean, we've got reverse cycle air conditioner, individual ones in every room. And so far, we've used it twice at night time. And we set our heater on 18 degrees. I kid you not, just 18. Don't want it any hotter than that at night time. G'day, Tony. Try them with StreamYards. Yeah, I'm with you, Barefoot. I'd take 30 degrees every day, for sure. It's just good that you don't, like, in the morning, I don't use AC, but use it to heat off. Oh, okay. Do you have air conditioner at all, B-Man? Just curious. Yeah, we get our winters, look, they're mild. It's going to go down to 7 tomorrow, and that's unusual. It's normally 10 or 11. Show highlight from Barefoot. I'm just playing in the background with some of these knobs on StreamYards. Yeah, I like the heat. But like I say, we've only used the heater in the bedroom on twice because the wife said it's cold. But we only set it on 18 degrees Celsius. The house is just so well insulated. It's double brick. It's got insulation within the walls between the two layers of bricks. The ceiling is about 8-9 inches thick of wool. So it's warm and it's cool. So during summer, it's not going to get that hot. Yeah, no. You get if you're getting off the coast, you could have a fair bit of humidity. But during the middle of summer, we have next to no humidity at all. 10% at best. Where Tony lives, they always get a little bit. Look, in Sydney, we live there, you can get only 25 degrees, but it feels like 40. I'm not kidding you. It's just so humid and oppressive heat. And 25 here we laugh at. We think it's cold. Good one. Yeah, you're from WA too. Good on you, Barefoot. I use that one quite a lot. I just like the sound of rain. Mind you, in WA, you don't get to hear it much. Good day, JP. But yeah, no, the sound of rain, going to sleep, doesn't take long, actually. I don't know what it is about rain, tin roof. It's just brilliant. And then it's better than medication. Just an easy meditation, and you just get ready, get into bed, get ready, turn it on. And I probably last about 20 minutes at best, if less. Uh-oh, VMAX there, he spotted his woman. A bummer woman. Let's highlight that. I'm playing with the buttons, JP. You want to see Princess? She's over there. What?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Because I don't.
What do you mean? Just say hello.
There.
It's not on yet.
And I'm not on.
Fine. That's it. She's ignoring you guys.
No, sorry. Can't read the text.
I get a lot of messages from people that love over the years, I've done a lot of meditation videos. And it's the 5-minute ones. People go into work, they'll have a bite to eat, and they'll just use their phone, put an earpiece in. Everyone's saying hello to you, but
Yeah, I'm trying to get on so I can read the text.
grumpy. Yeah, so this is the format that I will be doing. The stories, your story. Hello, Tony. It's very kind of you, Tony. Sound like you're lobbying for me to get into Parliament. If I get to be the leader of this country, there'll be no tax. You have to work 3 days a week, and it's compulsory to have a good time. That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? So I've got a list of people that are willing to do their story, and I'll just reiterate, don't want to know details about where people live, where they work, names, things like that, just their life story, because we've all had a winding road. You know, it's like we've got a lot of similarities that we would find out about each other, a lot of hardships, a lot of good stuff, kids, places you've been. So I'm looking forward to those. Well, it's a random thing. It's not, I'm telling you, it's not like, oh, Saturday night, 8 p.m. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be whenever. And I know the stories will be interesting. And each person that comes up and tells their story, at the end of the session, if they wish it not to be broadcast on a video, I'll cancel it, because it's not that important. If they want it left up, I will. If they want it taken down, I will. VMAX story. My life story, I was born, I paid taxes, I died. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The last one's a bit of a pain in the bum. But you had a good time during your ride, VMAC. I already know some of your story. Very small bits, but I know some of your story. You enjoyed camping, getting out in the wilderness, all those sort of good things. And that is good stuff to do. Nothing like getting out and about. I can't watch 3 minutes of Elbow Stream. You don't have to. Everything's on repeat. Imagine turning your telly on each day, the same show, the same story, same outcome. No one's ever going to be forced to do anything on here. The idea is that we're just good friends and we just go through the motions, and people wish to tell this story. That's good. She's good live at 9:30, and that's night time. Winding down. And the kids in bed. Oh, yeah. It's a bit of a, kids go to bed, you go, oh. And then you walk around very quietly, make a coffee, sit down, get a biscuit out, just about to eat it. And around the corner, one of the kids say, Dad, there's something in my room. Have you had that one? There's something in, I don't know what it is. It's behind the curtain. And you're in there for an hour. There's nothing there. And you say, did you dream it? I go, no, Dad. And then it's like, Dad, can we sleep with you? And if one of the kids gets scared, they scare the other kid. They end up sleeping in your bed. What you do is then they go and sleep in one of their beds because you've got elbows, knees, and feet being kicked into your ribs. Yeah. That's when you know you've had kids. But you wouldn't trade them in for nothing. Let's highlight a comment from Tony Evan. Do this one. I'm learning how to highlight comments. So VMAC, you sexy thing, is about to go away. There we are. Got that as evidence now. Would you like to see the new lounge? I'll be taking the laptop in through the door, so it won't be like a camera. Be a bit rugged. I'll quickly show you. I'm going to be pointing you in the general direction. Maybe the missus can tell me if I get it. I'll just leave this open. You tell me what I've got in. So that's the 3-seater lounge there. And that's the 4-seater lounge. It's got a recline on each side of that. So there's the lounge. It wasn't that exciting. And that's all the crap that it was wrapped in. And over there in the park, they're playing sport. There we go. Throw you around a bit. It'll be the last lounge we buy, I think. Well, you never know. We come home one day and 8 blokes have lifted it out. Very heavy. And these drop-down blinds outside, got them up at the moment. Man, they're good. They take out the sunlight, don't they?
Yeah.
And they take the wind away. Even when it rains, it's some sort of special material that doesn't let a lot of rain in, even when it's heavy. The front veranda's coming on nicely. That won't be too long. We'll be doing a live broadcast from the porch. What chairs are we going to take out there? Just the plastic ones for now?
Oh, they're broken.
Are they?
Yeah.
So you want to get a couple more of those?
Yeah.
Righto. What you guys been up to today? Anything exciting? Right. I've got to take JP's wrench away, I think. He's being offensive. YouTube all day. Not for me. We moved a whole heap of Tigers beat Hawks by 5 goals. Nah, Hawks flogged them. I saw a bit of it. Last quarter they were like seven goals down. They might have come back, but they certainly did not win. Nothing out of the ordinary. Friday coming up. Ooh, weekend. Now I'll try and show you. So I'll put them down. Just tell me first you got the camera up in the right spot for them to see where the things go up and down.
No, you're facing the fridge. You're facing here.
Oh, of course. This is not a camera. You idiots. I'll try that.
More. That's better.
So we're in shot of all of it here. Righto. So when it gets a bit windy, all we do is this. And it's like an indoor-outdoor read. It's good actually, like this material. I'm not even sure what it is. Did he tell us what it was?
No.
It's a material of some sort. Yeah, it cost a bit, but all these things we're doing now, we're not doing again. But it's the wind and the rain, and we've got a big, nice outdoor table and chairs here, barbecue. On those days where it's a bit unpleasant, we still be out here. We like being outside. We always have. And you'll see something really flash next week. We've been waiting a long time for this. And that ramp that goes down the side of the house and the back steps, they're having ballast rail put on them. So it'll look pretty good. You'll see, I'll do a little video next week of that. We don't really need to put a ballast rail because of the height of the ramp, but we have 10 grandkids. And even a drop of a couple of feet, I think, is too much. Plus, it'll look good. Yeah, you can get all sorts. These are obviously push button ones. You can get wind down blinds. You can get awnings. Never liked awnings myself though. You could put windows in if you want to do, but I like the idea that we can have it completely open or we can have it closed. The funny thing is when there's a storm coming in, you lift them up because they're not storm shutters. They're screens. So we had a storm the other day and we lifted them up and it was all good because if you left them down, they'd probably get damaged. I imagine easily. Let's see what's happening on the StreamYards. JP, what are you doing? Would you like me to invite you? And you can have a live chat. I can invite VMAC, but she won't come up. She's under the protection scheme. Being an international spy, she's got to keep cover. Might chat doesn't seem to be moving. I'll give it a refresh, see if that works. See if that does anything. No, no one's talking. That's all it is. Yeah, see, took all the stuff that was in the spare bedroom. Hit the same. What do I have to do? Now, I'm going to ask my boss. Do I just send him the link on Streamlabs? How do I do that? Maybe I could send it to him in a message.
Yeah.
Have you got his, have I got his email?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What does it say on the side when you right click on his name?
Let's have a look. No. No, I've got to somehow send him this link from Streamlabs.
Yes, email it. So you have to copy it, open an email up and email it to him. All right. Tell him to text. Yeah, text your email, JP.
Text your email to my phone. Then I'm just going into my email now. Will it show up on, oh, it's only going to be a message, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know, JP. I don't know if you need Streamlabs app. Just text us your email. And he'll just have to open another page to get into his email.
If you text me your email address, I will email you back. Oh, Google AdSense, your bank account is verified. Your large sum of money will be with you soon.
You got a...
Yeah, I'm about to compose.
Which email have you got a...
My Gmail.
No, you've got to use the one you've made up specifically.
No, not for JP, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to read it out. You'll have to read it.
All right, I'm just getting that in my mail and I'm going to email you. That's disgusting, JP. All I can say about that. Right, I'm going to put in the link. Let's see if it works. It says message sent my end. I can't believe your email address, mate. Have you ever sought sort of psychological help anywhere? Just saying.
But check. I don't know, JP. You on the computer or your phone?
I believe you've just got to click on that link I sent you in the email. And then I think I've got to click this one for 2 people. You should be able to join. Let's see how we go. I believe you just click on the link and you can be here. Unless I'm supposed to be doing something else.
I'll give him time to get into his email.
I don't think you need a nap. I think it's just a case of clicking. I don't know whether you have to have Streamlabs. I'm not sure.
Yeah, VMAX got work to do.
Let's get that one out of the way. What's VMAC got to do? Come on, Johnny. She wants to hear your voice. Oh, I could try and do your voice, but it wouldn't sound the same. Stand by, Houston. JP will be joining us shortly. All the ladies have come to the front of the stage. VMAX says, hurry up, Johnny. I do not have all day. See how he's going. I'm off this week, but it's beach time. Yeah, absolutely. Summer lasts about 2 weeks in Canada, so you make sure you get the best of it. Here, summer lasts 10 months. I think you picked the wrong country to live in. Here we go. Something's popping up. You should be able to hear him in a second. I can't hear. Mind you, I've got my sound down. Just go here for a sec.
But then you're going to get feedback.
Yeah, no, I just tried my YouTube sound up, but JP's lips are moving, but I can't hear him.
Have you got 2 pages?
There we go. He should be there. Now you should be on the screen, JP.
Yeah, but we can't hear it because you've got to do something.
I don't have to do anything, do I?
Maybe I've got to talk.
There you go.
You total wad, you.
I've never done this. Let me have
Liking the rough look there, JP.
Sorry?
He didn't hear.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I said, look at the beard, the roughness there, rugged look on you.
Oh, no.
Three people look like that all the time.
I just got to pick VMAC up off the floor. It's delayed.
I should have grabbed the brush for the occasion, shouldn't I?
Well, don't bother, mate. There's only a few strands of hair there. It's not worth worrying about.
I'll just put on my favourite glasses. She'll be right.
Yeah, no one's going to recognise you now.
Yeah. So
Save a bit. Is the RSL club open?
Oh, God. Where's your hat?
Oh, I've got a collection of hats. You know, I've got a hat right here, which is my...
Oh, dear. That must be a relic from the past, is it? That must be 15 years old, that.
No.
Hey, you Swan. Hey, you Swan.
Because I had...
Have the Swans won their game? I didn't see last week.
No, they lost against... I forget who was it, but they're playing Essendon this week. Is that, or did they play Essendon last week? I don't know. I'm confused. It's late. I'm normally in bed by now.
Well, it's weird, isn't it? The Eagles lost to the Suns, which is like, that should never happen. Richmond have just lost to Hawthorn. It's just all over the place.
I know. And that loss to the Suns was atrocious. Like, although the Suns played brilliantly, that player, what's his name? Matt Rowell. See him?
Have another look, VMAC. The Mac brand, yeah. That is the Texas flag. So is Johnny's sound good, JP? I mean, VMAC?
Yeah, I've just asked her.
Oh, yeah, just come up on mine then. So you got time off this weekend or you're working?
No, I'm working. I got next weekend off. And
oh, well, You'll have to grease up the poles and put on the budgie smugglers for the girls again.
Yeah, that's right. But I just got to, do something about the temperature because, as you know, when it gets a bit cold, so I'll have to work something out. No, I'm going out fishing on the boat next weekend.
Oh, good one.
There's lots of snapper around south of Sydney, so we're going to get out there and get amongst it.
Yeah.
Because did you see on the news where these kids were snorkeling and a shark come up towards them? Was it?
No, I didn't.
Was it a place called Bulli? Anyway, my mate, his son lives down there and caught this huge snapper. So we're doing a charter down there. Not this weekend, but next. I've been working heaps. I hate it. I'm over it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing here. I mean, everything is back to normal in WA. We've been told that by mid-July there'll be 10,000 people at the games, be allowed to go in.
Right.
So everything else is open. You name it, nothing's closed here. Everything's open, but our borders are closed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why they've got these AFL hubs, isn't it? Because they wouldn't even give exemptions to the footy players.
No, yeah. No, they had to go to Queensland, but that'll be over in a couple of weeks, apparently.
Yeah. Well, it's going pretty good anyway. Oh, hang on, let's have a look. Tony Abbott's leaving. Can you still see me?
Yep, I can see you. See you, Tony.
Just because I've pulled the chat up. But
All right.
Yeah.
So you're on your phone?
Yeah, I'm just on my phone because the kids. I'm out in the garage because everyone's in bed except the eldest girl. She's just gone to Macca's with one of her friends for a hot chocolate. But everyone's in bed. My missus has got to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning for work, and it's 10:30. So.
Well, I know there's lots of people not working. Mainly in Australia, it's the tourism sector, and there's lots of companies associated with it, so they're not working. But our internal, you know how much we travel, Australians travel all the time.
Yeah.
Between me and you know that. But in WA, people are now flocking to all of our resorts. So it's picked up greatly as far as, because at any given time in Australia, there's 4 million Australians outside Australia travelling the world. So now they've still got the money and they're travelling inside Australia.
Yeah, and because they were talking about that on the news, the amount of money that Australians spend with overseas travel, billions.
Yeah.
And I was just reading the news earlier, and they were saying it'll be optimistic to think the government will let us out of the country this year. So now's the time to, go local, isn't it?
Well, we're thinking of definitely going to New Zealand.
Yeah.
We'll pop into Sydney and catch up with some folks. But then we'll go over to New Zealand, spend maybe a couple of weeks over there. We were going to the US, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah. It'd be a strange time to be there. Don't worry about the corona. Oh my God.
I just don't get. Look, we did take it seriously. You know what I mean? Australians thought, shit, we better hunker down. And most people just didn't do anything for at least a month to 6 weeks. And it paid dividends. Yeah. We don't have any cases in our state, haven't had for a long time. No one's in hospital.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, people say, like, like the country's like a nanny state, but it's, I don't have a problem with it, like, I'm not going to go, like, I understand these people want to protest. They've done it once, that's it, let them, that's it. It's all over, that's how I feel. But people aren't in the streets saying we want to get back to work, because I think we've just resigned the fact that we got to get past this first. And the government's been really generous with these.
Yeah, they have.
The job seeker and the job keeper and stuff, So it's been good like that. But I don't know. I'm not going to I just don't buy into the conspiracies, and like I think it's pretty serious, and we've handled it well. And now all these other countries are having these like second wind or whatever, however you call it. And yeah, I think we're in a better position because we've just uh, gone with the flow.
But
We took it serious. I mean, here, if I did a video in the peak of the shutdown here, no one was on the street.
did New Zealand close their borders again?
No, they had some person fly in on compassion to go to a funeral from England, and she
Oh,
was with the virus, but she's in quarantine.
Yeah, but
but
this is why Jacinta Ardern or whatever is going to she's putting the military in charge of the borders or something, because they put them in quarantine and let them out without testing them before they got out, and they were positive. So
Right.
it might have only infected like 2 or 3 people, but she's still like really spewing about it because of how well they've done. So because I read that tonight as well, I was reading about it.
Yeah.
And so they're not
well,
locking borders.
I
Sorry.
can't blame them. That's ridiculous. That person, that's on a plane.
Yeah, but the person didn't know.
Well, aren't you supposed to be tested before you leave?
Well, it's one of those things, the incubation period. She might have got on board fine. She went to Brisbane first, I read, and then she went to New Zealand. But in our system in Australia, they trace everyone. You know, everyone gets traced and contacted.
And you know what else happened in New Zealand? They had people come in that had to go into quarantine, and a homeless bloke jumped at the end of the queue and spent 2 weeks in a hotel room.
Good on him. Here, there's been no homeless here. They're all in hotels.
So this person went all that way for a funeral, and now they won't be going because they're quarantined.
No, I think they went.
So they didn't get them till after.
I mean, I don't blame anyone who gets the virus. Don't get me wrong. No one goes out to get the virus. You either catch it or you don't. Europe's a nightmare. The US is terrible. There are a lot of countries that close down that are doing great. So you don't need to weigh eggs for eggs. It's like those countries that took it seriously. And no one in Australia went without money, JP. If you were working, you got paid $1,500 every fortnight. It might be less than what you normally get, but it's something. I've got friends in the US still waiting for their first $1,200 check, and that's all they're going to be given. How are you supposed to feed your kids, pay your rent on $1,200? It's just a shambles. That's why Australians didn't scream and shout. They've been looked after. Their mortgages got frozen. No problem.
Yeah.
And if you're in the US and you haven't got any money, you are going to want to go back to work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just, I don't know. I reckon it's pretty like dire over there. And I know that people, that's from an outsider's point of view, like that, because I'm sitting, well, not pretty, but you know what I mean. And I don't know. I just reckon it'd be fucked being there. That's what I reckon.
Oh, you'd be angry. I think that's what it would be. Aussies wouldn't tolerate being treated like shit.
No, and you know, if I was in the situation that a lot of them are, I probably would be out on the streets myself because I'm sick of eating me earwax and fingernails for dinner. You know, I don't know. It's just we do have it pretty good.
Well, I mean, I've for years, and no Americans have ever had a go at me. I've always said the American health system is awful. Their welfare system. Look, in Australia, if you wanted to, JP, you could be unemployed forever, and they keep paying you. In the US, you get a max of 99 weeks, and that's it. And a lot of times, it's a lot less than that. But you could fall over and break your leg, go to hospital, it costs you nothing in Australia. So I don't get it how a nation doesn't look after its health of its people. I still don't get that.
I know, and like I was talking to these people because I
CV,
really
mate.
hate to, but someone's mum. CV, mate, go on. CV, mate. But someone, because I go to hardly any chats now. One of them is, Tribe Called Cookies.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go there. But someone there who's normal, her mum went to hospital for something which was like relatively routine, and they end up with like a $40,000 bill or something. Like, fucking what? That's
That just wipes you out.
imagine me, because I had that issue in December there. Like, I'd be up for
sex change. Yep.
Yeah, I finally become a man, but that would have cost me so much money. Speaking of becoming a man,
about nice hat. Your turn to bowl by the look of it. When I had 2 operations within about 8 weeks. It was a gallbladder, but they went in and they found that I had infection, so I had to get sewn back up, antibiotics, the next one. The total cost for those 2 operations would have been well over 60,000, and I paid. That's what I paid.
Yeah. Do you have private cover?
No, I've always taught my kids as well, don't get private health cover.
Well,
the only benefit to private health cover is a private bedroom, if there's one available at the time. If you could explain to me what other benefits are there?
The only reason I have it is because I have to pay the Medicare levy if I don't have it.
Yep.
So that I have only the basic cover, and so what I pay is roughly what I'd have to pay for that Medicare levy at tax time.
But I've never seen a private health care cover anesthesia. So you could be on private. What happens is you usually get hit because they're like subbies, basically, and they'll come in and do your anesthetics and be like 2 or 3 hours with you in the operation and hit you with a separate bill.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, that's the only reason why I have it, is because what I pay in tax, I get a tax break for paying that, for having the health cover.
Yep.
But then I just get like sunglasses, which are only shit anyway. I've got heaps of them here. Actually, I'll bring some over. I've got heaps of sunnies. But and I get about like, it's about $1,200 worth of dental or something. I don't know. But that's the only reason. Other than that, like, because my accountant told me to get it, or told us to get it years ago now. I don't know how long's the Medicare levy been in for. That's when we got it.
Oh, a long time. I think it's 1.5 or 1 3/4% of your earnings. But we don't, like I say, Australians pay that levy or get a tax break for going into private. But in the end, there are still a lot of subsidiaries in medicine that aren't covered by private health. It could be like I say, I could be in the same hospital with you for the same reason, and you could walk out with a bill of $4 or $5 grand for anesthesia or whatever. I won't pay a cent. So the difference, and I worked it out years ago. If you earn under about 90,000, don't bother getting private health. Over 90,000, there's the tax break, as you explained, that you can get sort of a feedback on it. But if you're not paying that much tax, there are no benefits, put it that way. Hello, Buttercup.
There's your man, Butty.
Would you like to come up, Buttercup?
Well, between me and my missus, we pay about, what we pay would be about over 60 grand in tax, like combined.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know about the anesthesia or anything. I've never, when I went to hospital this last time, they asked me to show that it was I was private, and I said, why? Like, I don't want to like have a repercussion because I'm not very bright, But she said, no, you just get a free TV, free newspapers, but it means the health company will pay rather than the government,
Yep.
And so I just did it anyway, and I got a free TV.
Yeah, sure, Buttercup, no problem. Yeah, no, I think one of the things that you've got to weigh up is, like, in Australia, the take-up of private health is about 29 to 30%. That's how many percentages of people working take it up. It's usually because there is a concession for tax, and it works out that the wife can have a baby in a private room, things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there isn't a great spectrum of things of benefit, other than the fact that if you earn that much money, you actually do get a concession on your tax. But for most Australians earning under, say, 60,000, which is a lot of Australians, they should never even think about getting private health. They're only going to be paying like 10 or 12 grand in tax, and health insurance is the same price whether you earn 200,000 a year or you earn 60,000. The premiums are the same.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the catch-22. But we're lucky here. Like I say, in our country during this virus, we've had the government step up to the mark. Everyone's got money in their pocket. No one's gone short. Homeless people are off the street. People's mortgages were allowed to be deferred or frozen. So money wasn't the issue here. Boredom was the issue in Australia. No sport. That killed us. But the truth is we did pretty well, and we listened, and we didn't see our grandkids for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then we had a couple of visits, not real close, or cuddlies and things like that. But now it's just about back to normal. So we got the rewards for the effort we put in, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And there's exactly right. But there's there was a thing I used to watch it like religiously because I got swept up in it and was I just caught up. But you just watch the numbers, and then these people, like, I understand their passion. I don't get into political arguments or anything like that. I'm not bright enough for it anyway. But like there was a lady, I said, oh, Australia, we're up to 100 cases, and America was at 90,000 or something at the time. And she goes, yeah, but you've only got 20 million people or something. I said, yeah, well, you've got, hello, whoever that was. That was me, mate.
That was a train.
But I said, you do the maths, you might like have 15 times the people, but 100 people, 100 cases to 90,000 isn't really 15 times the amount, And I don't want to. And I just left it because I'm not going to get into. If people are very pro, like very patriotic, good on them. I like passion, but I doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it. One of them is like Scarlett Poppyfield. Is it Scarlett? Is she the one that's very patriotic?
Who? Say it again.
No, I think you're right. She's very much. A lot of Americans are, and there's nothing wrong with being patriotic. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But there is something wrong in being stupid. Like, I'm going to go to a rally with 100,000 people that 50% may have the virus, and I'll go. That's stupid. That's the difference.
I know, and a lot of people that are very patriotic and very Trump almost get like a white line fever. They get the horse blinkers on.
Oh, they do. Yeah. He can do no wrong.
I know, and that's fine. I really appreciate the passion. I like the passion, but I don't really agree with. It's just not me,
I'll give you the best example. A lot of Americans are either blue or red. That's it. There is no light in between. There's very few moderates. They'll either be Trump or they'll be Democrat. In Australia, like you and I, we may vote for different people, but we abuse the shit out of the ones whoever gets in, because if we don't think they're doing a good job, just because you voted for the guy that won doesn't mean that you're going to stick up for him if he stuffs up.
I know.
That's the difference in Australia.
Exactly. And when they come in with something that's inevitably a lie, which they always do, we'll have a tendency to get at the pub and go, that liar, whereas rather than make an excuse or anything like that.
Well, that's the saying in Australia, isn't it? The pub test. Any policies put through by the government, if there's 30 blokes in a pub and they're all talking about it's a shit idea, it is a shit idea.
Yeah.
Other words, it's like in England, they have what they call the white man van syndrome. They pull over a guy who's just a commercial driver and say, what do you think about some of the policies of the government? And he just gives his honest opinion. Hello, sailor. Is the boys' night Wednesday? Boys' night coming up?
It's so true though, because I don't know. And I just said Scar. It is Scarlett, isn't it? The one that's really Trump.
She's very, very supportive.
Yeah, and I like her, and I really like her passion. But sometimes it becomes I don't know. It's just so weird that you can be so
Well, I'll give
oblivious
you an
or
idea.
blind.
Just imagine if Trump was our prime minister. We would say he's a total knobhead. That's what Australians would say.
Pretty much.
We don't like the idea of some bloke being in power bully. Australians won't tolerate a bully. It would never happen here.
No.
I mean, we've sacked prime ministers in this country.
And just his whole demeanour and stuff will get people offside. And I know that he's done a lot of good with before the pandemic, you know, with employment and the GDP or whatever, you know, he's done a lot of good for the country, but he's also, I don't know, he doesn't, it just, he wouldn't be likable to the average Australian.
Well, I don't think he'll be re-elected. I think he shot himself in the foot. If you talk about just facts, irregardless of how the country was going prior to the pandemic, on his watch, there's been a lot of terrible things happen, and that won't go well for him come the election. Have you got a pirate hat there? Can't hear him now. He's muted himself. There we go.
Because my
He must have farted.
What do I got here?
And now it's got a halo.
Hey, Peaky Blinders. There we go.
Anyway,
it looks like he's off that boat. Perfect Storm. That's what that hat looked like backwards then.
No, I'm from the Love Ship or whatever it's called, the Love Boat.
Oh, the Love Boat.
Love Boat.
La, da, 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 da.
All right, I gotta go back inside. I'm freezing.
Oh, look, I have to agree with what Buttercup just put in there. The nightmare for America they may be living, but can you imagine if Hillary had got elected? I mean, the Gestapo wouldn't have looked anything like her.
I don't know. He could get back in because it's better the devil, you know.
I think not. This is it's only my opinion. I think there's been too much. You know, when you have a car and there's so much damage that eventually the insurance company says, we're not going to bother fixing it. It's a write-off. That's my analogy where Trump's at. Is there's so much damage that occurred that I can't see it. And there's something really big brewing. His niece has never liked him. His niece is 55 years old, and what she's doing is writing a book being published in about 5 or 6 weeks, and it's a tell-all. Trump's biggest lie is that he said, I only had $1 million I borrowed, and I become a billionaire. Not true. His father gave him $413 million.
Right.
But he never said that. He said, I only got $1 million. So there's lots of lies.
Hasn't he been bankrupt before in his early days?
Yep. I mean, he's the only president that was ever supposedly going to be impeached and got away with it because, in fact, there were numbers in the House that could stop the vote. But any other normal person would be in prison, to be honest, for tax evasion.
Right.
Why are you going to go and cook schnitzel?
See you, Bussy.
See you, Buttercup.
Yeah, I got to go back inside, Seeds. I'm fucking. Oh, sorry about the language, Mrs. Seeds.
About the what?
I think you said
The
frog
language.
or something. That's all good. You're going to shoot off, mate?
Yeah, I got to go back inside. I'm freezing, and it's getting close to bedtime. But
no worries, mate. We're going to shoot off anyway. Good to catch up with you.
Got this work and I can come back again.
The what?
Now that you've got it working, at least I know I can come back again.
Yeah. We're good to have you back on, mate. The girls go crazy. There's knickers all on the bottom of the comment section.
Crazy. They all left. All right, see you, girls.
Yeah, you just have that pulling power, don't you? All right. Thanks,
Yeah,
JP.
yeah,
Thanks to
good,
everyone.
good.
And we'll catch up with
All
all
right.
of you on another night, and we'll do the StreamYards again. No.
All right, good night.